Right, I'm going to take the exhaust system off so as to get that out of the way. So what I'm going to start with doing is taking the oil cooler down. I'm going to take the front mud guard off, save the oil cooler scratching it, and obviously we've got the brakes hanging off. So I've taken the two screws out from the other side. What I'm going to do is take these two out. Right, so we'll just get that off. All the frame inside's been painted, so it just needs a bit of a clean up. That's good. So what I'll do is I'll bring these calipers without scratching the fork legs. Bring them through there for now so they're out of the way. We'll sort the brakes out afterwards. At least they're out of the way now. So just so as you can get the exhaust out, to get to the inner ones you have to move the cooler. So a couple of bolts up here. Right, there's a spacer there that sits behind the oil cooler at the top. So that's it. Spaces there on the top of the oil cooler. Right, the oil cooler pipe's got a bracket this side. It did have one on the other side as well, but I've already taken that off. The oil cooler's sitting on a bracket there, so it's not going to fall. Right, so we'll leave that down there. That'll just give us more room to move this. Now it just sits in a bracket to the bottom, so I'll just lift that up. And release it from the bracket. Now hopefully we can just slide that down and get to the bolts now, and then I can lift that back up once I've got the bolts out, lift it back into these slots here, and that can stay there while we remove the exhaust. Everything is coming apart pretty easy. So even though it's been standing 10 years, it's been kept in a dry place where it's kept it well. Right, they're all loose, so they've come out easy, so that's good. I've left this underneath. It's not lifting the exhaust, it's just there to support it, stop it falling off. what we'll do now is lift the oil cooler back up, because it can go back in place now. I've got the screws out. Get it back in the slots, back in the bracket. That's quite handy. Clutch cable can just hold it in position for now. Right, what I'll do is get the can off. I'll just leave that in there a minute, just while I get this out. Right. Just so as I don't mark it too much, nice to keep it not damaged. So that just screws into the back of that. That should clean up quite nicely, that. Right, that's good. That'll clean up nicely. Right, so we should be able to get the rest of the system off. Take this out of the way now. Right, so that's the exhaust. Yep, that'll clean up. Right, okay, now we've got the exhaust off. I'm going to do an oil change anyway, so we'll drain the oil, get the filter off, and let that drain overnight now. So get that underneath there. Now, one of these should fit. Oh, that's not too bad. Probably find that the engine oil is quite clean because it hasn't done any mileage, but we'll change it anyway. It's easier to do it with the exhaust off, otherwise the oil goes all over the exhaust and then it sticks. So leave that drain there. I lift it off and just save it splashing everywhere. Still a bit warm from when we were running it earlier, so that'll help it drain. And just take the filler cap off. And we'll just let that drain.